Hey, hey, Jace. Hey, Sully. How you guys doing? Whew. Sorry, got a little caught up in. Oh, my cat's gonna come up here and ruin everything, aren't you? You down there? You plotting? I was finishing Luke Cage, and then I was like, well, I got like some time. I'm gonna try to do Iron Fist. So I watched the first episode of Iron Fist, and I paused the video so many times to just sigh in exasperation that it took me way more than 50 minutes to watch it. Just, constant state of just, But why? Marvel, please. How are you guys doing? Hopefully less exasperated than I am. Oh, you know what? I remember why I wasn't gonna do that. I'm gonna work on the new Jedoa font. I don't know if I told you guys that. I expanded the Jedoa alphabet, and so that means that I have to redo my font, which is fun. So, yeah. That's a thing that's happening. To be careful what I open, because not save it. Oh, I saved it to the desktop. That was smart of me. 2-hour delay is awesome. So I can't find the original version of this at all, and I'm really frustrated by it because I'm gonna have to redraw everything now, and that's not fun. The 2-hour delay is nice. I so don't want to go back to work tomorrow. I am like 800% not ready for that. Sort of liked when this used to update automatically as I worked, but that's fine. How about 1,000? 1,000's probably way too big. That's far too large. Let's do 500. Okay. Do this. Let's do this the less fun way. Why is it in gray? I didn't order this in gray. Alright, I don't know what font size that makes that, but, yep. Hey, stop sign, what's going on? Being sick, yeah, being sick's not fun. Why are these in gray? Can we not be in gray, please? That'd be swell. Thank you. Hey, Crusher. Altair. What's going on? Yeah, I can see how that would make for a good / bad day. Having, you know, yeah, you have to go to school, but at least it's a 2-hour delay. You get to sleep in. I always felt like school was much more manageable when, did I not give them a single apostrophe? Why are you in Myriad Pro? I wanted you in Jedoan. That's fine, though. Okay, there's no symbol for that, apparently. Why did I not give them... Whatever. Why did I give them an apostrophe? They need that. Boop. Done. Fixed it. This is gonna be really easy for the part where I have to put, you know, things that already exist back in, but, after that, it's not gonna be quite as much fun. The dot. I guess so. Yeah, these just prefer to be grayscale for some reason. colon. Fun fact, these don't look any different than normal. Not really. Anyway, there's... Oh, okay. That was an interesting... I don't know why I did that, but that happened. That's a thing that happened. Hey, Briar! Oh, finally, you were able to load the stream. I was having so much trouble with my internet today. It was, like, a real issue. God, I made their question marks all funny. Okay, so the plan here is... Where is it? Has... Oh shoot, does this not have numbers on it? Hang on, we might have to re-download that. No, it's 2L, that's why it wouldn't come up. Well, at least you're all comfy in your bed, stop sign. That's, you know, that's the important part. So I figured out how this works, by the way. So you go on here, and you... Numbers. Yes, I want to add numbers. I'm fine with the punctuation. What's... Oh, if you highlight over that, it tells you what's in it. Yeah, so you use these to add letters. Or you can remove characters if you want the font that you make to remove a font. And then, so I can, like, remove N entirely if I want, or whatever you're doing. And then, you can do... I guess you can do punctuation, but... I don't remember if they have an at. I don't remember if I did that. Boop. You have an at. You do not have an at. Yeah. Okay. Let's remove... I'm not asking it again. Do they have an equals? They do. I know we have a semicolon. I know we have a colon. I have a separate slash for them. Do I have a period? Obviously I have a period. Do I have a hyphen? Yes. Do I have a plus? Yes. I think I have the swoopies. I do have the swoopies. I know they're called parentheses, by the way. I just wanted to call them swoopies. That they don't have. I think I gave them a percent sign, maybe? Yes. Okay. That should be everything. Oh, they don't need number 9. They don't need number 8. Okay. So, this sheet. Wow. Good voice. Good language. Yeah, I get that. I get that, Crusher. It's like... I like being home, and it was really nice to see my family again, but it was just one of those things where I was like, ugh. We'd be done with this now. Oh, really? We're gonna have 2 pages? Remove a symbol, just so I don't have to deal with this. I don't even know what I would take out. Alright, fine. And I guess it has to be 2 pages. If it has to be 2 pages, then gosh darn it, it has to be 2 pages. You want to maybe open in Photoshop? That'd be great. Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty freaking cold last night for us too. It was a little bit wild. You know, it would have been really nice if the guidelines had showed up. That would have been nice. Download template. One is a PNG. Template cells can be smaller. Make them smaller. And more small. Characters is the backgrounds I want also. No, you didn't tell me what you made yesterday. You should tell me. That's better. let's try this again. Third time's the charm. Yeah, I think when I got home from my friend's house last night, it was 3 degrees in my car. Like, my car was telling me it was 3 degrees outside. So that was, you know, a thing that happened. Let's see. You are an apostrophe. Go there. Under your question mark. You don't go there, you go down here. Let's see. Got, comma. Got period. Everybody. Everybody's accounted for. Oh. Semicolon. And that means that regular colon. Hi, Apple, what's going on? Did you send a picture of it? I thought I saw somebody's gingerbread house yesterday. I don't know. I was doing a lot of stuff today. I had this grand idea where I was going to, like, do a bunch of stuff this morning. I was up so late last night. Like, I got home at a reasonable time, but I wasn't tired yet, so I just stayed up until, like, 3 a.m. working on stuff in the office. Like, I was fixing up my, fixing up my, one of my glass cabinets. It, like, anytime if you, like, so much as breathe on it, all the turret figures inside just fall all over the place, and I finally was like, I'm gonna glue, felts down to the bottom of this. And I had gone to AC Moore and picked up, like, foam with which to do that. Or not foam, felt with which to do that. And I just was like, oh, fine, I'll do it now while I'm awake. But then I ended up not going to bed till 3 a.m. and I, like, seriously regretted that decision because I didn't wake up until 11 o'clock. So that was fun. That was a thing I did today. I wasn't sure what I wanted to stream tonight. I know I said I was gonna do Ori, and I don't know, like, I really like Ori. I've been in such a mood to do this, that I haven't really wanted to play Ori, and it sucks a little bit, but I guess it is what it is. I just decided I wanted to keep doing this, so. Luckily, we only have to make a couple new symbols. There's not that many new ones. It's just a lot of sticking all this back into the document and then, rolling with it. So while I was organizing my house today, you know, trying to get cleaned up, because I haven't done literally anything, I was watching, on Netflix, I was watching Luke Cage, and I just finished that, and that was really good. But then I was like, you know what? I hate myself a little bit. I'm gonna start Iron Fist. And all I've been thinking about as I was setting up was just how much I wanted to tell you about Iron Fist because it's so bad. Like, I thought maybe the critics were being really harsh on it because it just maybe it just wasn't as good, you know? Maybe it just, you know, it wasn't a Luke Cage or whatever, so maybe it just wasn't as good. But oh my god, you guys, it's so bad. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. It just drags. And the characters are so awkwardly written, it just hurts me. Like when I was watching Luke Cage, you know, there were certain characters that were, like, really obviously written into the story specifically to be, like, an exposition type character, but they felt like they were really natural when they were doing it. But, like, the first episode of Iron Fist, they introduce a character who's, like, he, you know, spoiler alert, he doesn't survive the episode, but he's, like, a homeless guy that helps Iron Fist when he first comes back to New York. But, like, he just randomly walks up to this, you know, up to the main character and is like, oh, hey, I'm a homeless person too. Here, I have an iPhone. Check out my iPhone. You want me to look anything up? Oh, here, let me look up your name, and then we can find out that you died in supposedly died in a plane crash. Like, he just walks up, and it's so unnatural the way it happens. Just, oh, hello, Mr. Expository Homeless Man. Like, it hurt me. Sighs and exasperation at literally everything. Just my life. I just realized I put way too many characters on this sheet. See you later, stop sign. Have a good one. We'll be presenting the Calyx yesterday in the Discord, and I really forming all activity here in Discord. I want to see how we could mash all our different races together on a single planet and form a world history and stuff. That would be really cool. It'd be interesting to explore, like, any of our spacefaring races and, like, you know, what would happen if all the spacefaring races met one another. L. There's no M? There is no M, she says as she types M into the box. Alright, so I am gonna need to make another. So that was what I did this afternoon. I organized my closet, which was not very exciting, but then I also watched Marvel Netflix, and that was kind of exciting, I guess. I really want to watch more just because of what an absolute goddamn train wreck it is. Like, you know when you see, like, a car crash and you just can't look away from it, even though it's, like, the worst thing you've ever seen? That's Iron Fist. That's just that whole show so far. Just episode 1. Really not impressed, even a little bit. Yes. Prayers for Briar. Oh, they don't have a W yet. Okay. Do we have to make them a W? Do we have to make them a W? No, actually, we don't have to make them a W, because W is a sound and not, it's one of the sound letters. It's an HW. Here, I'll show you guys what I did. I did this yesterday morning after I woke up. I didn't feel like getting out of bed, so I just brought my laptop into bed with me and just laid here and worked on things. So I split up their alphabet. Instead of it just being, like, 13 characters that all, like, represent the same sounds, I split it up so there's different phonetic sounds in there, too. So they have an A, but they also have an AE. So it's like a, let's see, like, that one would be, like, this would be like car, like an A, like a short A, like a I don't know the difference between a long and a short, but it's like the R sound, and then this I'm gonna make a symbol for this one, and that's the A sound. But I added one here for H, so there's H as in hot, but then there's also a HW, which is gonna have its own little symbol character thing that's more like a wah, like a just a puff of air, more like, and so it's more of a bridge character. Like, it's not a primary character. It doesn't show up super often. So, but anywhere that a W shows up, I just stick an H in next to it. So, so I added some phonetics in there to adjust that. So, short is long A is an A, and short A is an ah. Okay, that makes sense. I can never remember the difference, and so I panicked. So actually, I will make a character there for W. However, I can take lowercase out. Okay, and then we got, they don't have a Y. I don't think, maybe they have a Y. I don't know why I would have given them a Y. I did give them a Y. Alright, interesting. Good choice by me. And then I do not believe they have a Z, but they might, so let's check it. They do have a Z. Interesting. Good. Alright. So this is what we're working with. That's what we start with, and then I just have to recreate the rest of the... I need to make the other letters. So we're gonna make... I'm gonna make the lowercase the alternate letters, and that way I can just have all my fonts together. So... Let's put A-E. We'll do C-H. D is by itself, so I can get that out of there. You can be the E-E. You can be the H-W. You can be the I-E. J doesn't have an alternate sound. K doesn't have an alternate sound. L doesn't have an alternate sound. You can be N-G. O-E. R does not need an alternate. S does not need an alternate. T does not need an alternate. U gets U-E. And I don't know why W is still over here. Alright. Yeah, a little bit. Kind of separated out the letters a little bit. I think I think it'll make it a little bit. Actually don't think it'll affect anything, but it just for uniqueness sake, I don't think anyone will notice. All right, so I'm gonna take out the W, make this sheet again, and just stick everything back in. All right, and then you take out the E, J, the K, the L, R, the S, the T, W. Okay. You can make as many of these templates as you want. It's just, I think you can only process one through the website and make it into a font. So. I downloaded that as a PDF. Gross. You gonna let me import that, or are you gonna crash my Photoshop? That'd be great. Yeah, I think it's pretty much like that. I didn't really look at the dragon language too much, but I actually based the symbols more on Hylian from Wind Waker. Like, specifically the Hylian in Wind Waker. I know Hylian looks different depending on what game you're in, but I did base it specifically on that. Okay, well now it's PDF, so that's fine. And now we have to put everything back into place. No, we don't. Never mind. Everything lined up the way it was supposed to. I wanted it to be really, like, straight and linear, like they write it with their fingers, you know? Chicken scratch. Hey, cat. What's going on? You gonna get in the way? No, you're not gonna get in the way. You're gonna go lay back there. Good girl. Alright, so I guess A-E should be a variant of A, so... The hardest part is deciding what you want the symbols to look like, though, because this took me a little while. They're also a little bit random, and I kind of feel like maybe they shouldn't have been quite so random. Like, maybe they should represent whatever they are a little bit better, but I'm not good at that kind of thing, and so I just avoided all issues and just made the font look cool. Yeah, the W I put in here. He's gonna be, realize this is messed up now. Alright, percent, let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, the numbers I did, this is like an O with a dot, like a circle with a dot in the middle, and then this is 1, 2, 3, that's not really 4, never mind. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I think I tried to stick to something and I don't remember what it was now. I took the capital W out. I redid the sheet. They don't have like a specific W. I think I'm just gonna leave it the lowercase w. Colon, question mark, A. Got messed up. Oh, the Y is on the wrong. Come here. You can stop snapping now. Thank you. This very exciting stream of me babbling to myself while I fiddle with Photoshop. Okay. That should do it. Box is in the right place for a little bit, but that's alright. Jedoa has 3 different A's, E's, I's, U's, and a couple of O's. That's interesting. I never really looked into Jedoa, mostly because I didn't know you could. It seems interesting, though. I learned enough about it to, like, learn how their names work, but that's about it. Okay, so I'm thinking the A should look very similar, but I kind of don't want to change the height of them at all. You know, like I want the letters to stay the same height, because then they tile nice. If I just flip them upside down, how lame would that be? Okay, Sully figured it out. Sully figured out what I was missing. And then the, it looks like then these are just gonna be over 1 too far, which is fine. I can, they weren't gonna be correct anyway. Let's rasterize the type so I can edit that. Oh. Do I have any of the letters intersecting anything? A little bit. I'm gonna have to recenter all of these because they look really bad right now. Oh, here's a good idea. That didn't help me at all because it looks exactly the same. This is harder than anticipated. Let's make a new window so I can look at them all at once. So I don't want to repeat a letter, you know? I don't want it to look too similar to something else that's on here already. Hang on one second. I will be right back because I just heard my dryer go off and it should not have gone off yet, so... Ugh, okay. Oop, does I clonk into everything. Alright, I'm back. My stupid dryer keeps turning itself off. after like 30 minutes, even if my stuff's not done, but it's not on a timer, so I don't know what that's all about. I have to call somebody to have them come look at it. Why are you on gray again? Stop that. Why are you still on gray? Stop that. I like that. Oh, here we go. Actually, here's what we can do. If we make it like an upside down E. And that's like an AE. I don't have one that looks like that, right? No, okay, that's a new symbol. Okay, done. Beautiful. Where's C? There's C. I was gonna ask you, Sully. You put up your I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, the calyx. You put up your calyx. Did you have like a whole world that you were building with that? Like, I didn't get a chance to look at them in super close detail, so I'm not super familiar. But with what you know, I saw what you guys were talking about in the Discord, but curious. I always like to learn about what you guys are working on. I'm gonna grab the tail off this H. Stick it on this so I don't have to do it again. That's now a CH. E? That's like a double E. Like an EE. What if the EE was like... Oop. What if the EE was like this? Right, and then we just take this guy, switch him over. Does that look out of place? I think that's funny. Like, I think I like it with the full hat. I just don't... Everything's kind of got... two. I actually think that's okay. That'll work. Unless you guys have an opinion on it, I think I'm gonna just go on to the next one. I just realized that L is not centered, so that. And could be over a little further too. Alright, so then we got the HW. HW. Basing the calyx, which you pronounced correctly. Okay, good. Off a race that I was trying to formulate in order to write a story. The major difference is that the calyx are a couple decades behind tech-wise. Okay. So do you have a different, like, world-building thing you're working on, then? Do not have a symbol for a W. Interesting. Do I have one of those yet? Oh. Alright, that's what an HW looks like. Alright, then we got an IE. And I think the IE I'm just gonna go... We're just gonna go like that. And now it's an IE. Done. Alright, the N is an NG. Oh, don't slow. Must bring him over here. There's a G. They don't have a G. Okay. Well, they don't have a G? Really? I didn't give them a G. Interesting. I don't know why I did that. But it's done now, so... Sure. Done. Hopefully I'm not entirely missing the point of language building by just creating random symbols, but... I suppose when you look at an A, it doesn't look like it should make the A sound, you just know that it does because you're a filthy American. Let's see, this guy needs to be an OE, like as in toe. As opposed to an ah, as hot. What if we took... that makes it a very short A. Oh, actually. This to it instead, and that way it... Oh no, the E looks like an A also. I feel like I have a symbol that looks like that already. Maybe not. I think I will take the ones off the bottom here. Oh, you know what? The O looks like a 0. Except there's a line on the top of it. If I do that, does it make it too similar to an E? Because my thought process was it's kind of like a short E. Like the line is, or this part is a little bit shorter. But I suppose if they were writing freehand, it might come out looking funny. Although that happens in English anyway, because my E's always look like, C's. I don't know, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer me taking the bottom out so that it looks like an E but shorter? Or do you prefer a chunk out of the side? And that way it's a little bit different? What if I... First, get out of here. I did it more like that. That way it's like pointy and it's a little different. You like it on the right side better? Yeah. I like that it's kind of its own symbol that way, but... I'm concerned that it's too similar if it's on the bottom. And the U is a U? E? U-E. Okay. I know there's a little bit of a stream delay, so if anybody also gave their opinions, I will go back and revisit. I just looked at the sheet on the right here and went, wait a second. These two symbols are exactly the same. Why did I let two symbols be the same? I just dragged this one over here. That's why. That's why they look the same, because I dragged that one over there. Alright. So you get to be... I could scooch this guy over. Have a lot of these table-shaped symbols, though. I want them to look very similar to their alternate pronunciation counterparts because they're sort of the same letter, but... There you go. That's just an elaborate-looking letter, I guess. Okay. So... New language created. Take a horizontal line off the top. I'm gonna bring that up just a little bit so they're the same height. Is that letter repeated at all? I can't really tell. I'll look back through again now. We ended up with another... No, it's another short... That's another short E. Yeah, let's just take this... What if we take this line out the middle? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I picked up what you were putting down. Yeah, I think that's better. A little more unique. I have too many boxy-shaped things. Okay, we're gonna save that. I'm gonna not close it, though. Let's see how well this new calligrapher website looks, or works. Yeah, so this website's cool, but it's not free, and that kind of sucks. No, I know, I want to make a font. New font? Oh, upload template. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. I think that's good. Not really most of the world I've already formulated with a few small holes dotted in between. Okay. Interesting. Alright, build font. Build. Indeed. Well, hey, there you go. And that's how you make a font. I guess. But now I would either have to make a whole new account to do another one, or I could, purchase a subscription or whatever to make another font. You delete a font and then upload another one? Because that would actually be sweet. You just only have one on your account at one time? Oh, that's actually kind of sweet. Okay. Well, hey, if you guys want to create, Yeah, if you guys want to create fonts with this website, just do what I did, where you just replace the letters on the template with things, or in my case, I had extra lowercase spaces left over, so I just filled those in with the extra letters, the non-alphabetic letters. And then you make the font, drag it to your desktop, and then just delete the font and make another one. You could just make as many fonts as you want. You just can't have them saved to your account all at once. So, like, on this account, keoseeka@gmail.com, on this website, I can't have Jedoan and Veas, and I can't have all my languages on this account, but if you download them, it doesn't fucking matter. Alright, let's install some Jedoan regular. I think that worked. Oh, actually, I was gonna ask the font book a question, though. And that question being, can you remove an old font? Remove the Jedoan family. Just get that font off this computer. That way the old font is gone, and I only have the new font. I think that worked. Let's find out. Hey. Need Myriad Pro. Can't click on it for some reason. Do I have to quit Photoshop for that? Oh, not crop text. Oh, now it's gone. That's fun. There he is. Okay. In like a, readable size font. A, C, E, E. Question mark? Why did it switch it to Myriad Pro? What the fuck? Photoshop, what the fuck are you doing? You saw that, right? I had it on Jedoa, and it says Jedoan in the upper right corner, and then I went A, C. Oh, because they don't have a D. That's why. D, E, F. Nope, they don't have an F. E, H, I, J, K. They should have a J and a K. Yes, it's all the same language. You just didn't know it. Yeah, they have a J. Font website. J. Alright. So they have, I'm gonna type all these in and make sure they work. So we've got exclamation mark, quote, percent, apostrophe, the swoopies, plus, comma, the period, forward slash, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They do not have 8 or 9. Colon and semicolon. Then you have A. Oh! I know what I did. I know what I did. I know what I messed up. I was doing lowercase. So it's A, C, D, E, H, I, J, K. Yep, there you go. L, N, O, RSTUYZ, and then lowercase a c. That's what it was. I was typing the lowercase variants. EHI. Adjust spacing so that you can actually read them. There you go. There's Jedoa. I'm so focused on what I'm doing that, like, I figure out what my problem is, and then I look over at the chat, and Sully figured it out, like, way before me. I'm not paying attention. Every time I have a problem, I'm gonna have to look at the chat now, looking for your answer so I don't have to fiddle with it, because you already know. You already know what I fucked up. You know I messed it up. You're aware. Okay, well, there you go. You know what, we're gonna drop that and save it. There you go. There's my language. I'll post it on the Discord later. Okay. So. That's done. I have 20 minutes. I have 30 minutes. I have about 20 minutes. What is step 2? I don't know what to fill this space with, because I have a lot of space in this box, and I have absolutely no idea what to put down here. I also decided that since I need a space for the food to go, I'm just going to put it here and not mess with new things. So. I am not that smart. Let's draw some birds. I want to draw for a little bit. Little less box creation, I think. That's what I've been doing all morning, was just fiddling with boxes. Keep thinking about how much I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I'll make this one slightly concerned so they're not all happy. You guys posted a lot of really cool stuff on the Discord over the break. I was really impressed with everything you guys did last year. I'm excited to see what comes next, you know? I think we've got a really cool little community here, so I think it'll be cool to see what everybody creates now. It's been really fun to be able to bounce ideas off you guys, too. The Jedoa are a desert-dwelling species, so they live in a little desert island that's, like, slightly off the coast of the mainland. It occurred to me yesterday that maybe I need to rethink the, some things, involving that, but... like, the map, rather. But they live in the desert, and so a lot of their clothing is very loose-fitting and light. And yeah, so they're a desert-dwelling species. Took me way longer than I thought it would to, Took me way longer than I thought it would to do those, fonts, though. Probably would have taken about half the time if I had listened to Sully. What about your Calyx? Do they have a particular environment they live in? Like, what's their world like? I don't know how much world building you have done with them. I feel like that hand is too big. Maybe not. Yeah, actually got on here, this is, I need to edit this now, because they're not as tall now, but, this is, like, a kind of example of what their cities look like. You know, lots of big tarps and stuff over the streets to make everything a little bit shadier, keep it all cooler, but it's very desert-based. Ah! Praise! You have returned! Oh, I know why that doesn't look right. His hand is too big. Okay, fun fact, here's a little lesson for you guys. Don't draw the clothing on first. Draw the body first, and then put the clothing on. You will just regret everything in your life if you do it the other way around. Oh, okay. So they're more tribal. I know your pain, friend. I was having the same trouble this morning. Every time I wanted to watch something, or you know, I was trying to watch Cass's stream, and it just everything was buffering forever, and I eventually just stopped watching it and started organizing my closet because I just couldn't do anything else. That's more like a bird hand. Every day we get closer to the truth. When unification occurs, they all gather in a construct a giant domed city. That sounds pretty cool. Little nice bubble city. I assume at that point they're not tribal anymore. You know, they've gotten to the next stage of their evolution by that point. I kind of forgot how shoulders work for a second. Briar decided to make the Burraby live in a cold environment, like in a frozen sea, because it was originally going to have them be in a somewhere warmer, but I wanted them to be fluffy, and Ice City seemed cool. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool if they like maybe they dig tunnels into the ice. That'd be really cool. Because then it'd be kind of like an igloo, right? I don't really know how igloos work. Just seems like maybe that would be cool. Also, did you just make an ice pun by saying that the ice looks like it would be cool? Because if so, I applaud you in your boldness to make a pun on this stream. Because I love puns, but I know people who do not like puns. Alright, I'm gonna cheat at the rule I told you guys a little while ago because I really like drawing hips. I never asked you, Briar, what, like, technological level are your species at? Like, are they, like, space... I mean, I guess since you're talking about them being, like, you know, looking for bugs and living in ice and stuff, maybe they're not super advanced, but I never really bothered to ask, so out of curiosity. When you lose some of your height, you just take one of the symbols off the pants. City's going to be set on a floating island with a smaller floating island next to it in a much more temperate environment similar to Earthsea and Xenoblade Chronicles. Best game made for Wii, and I should get a copy. I know of it, and I have seen many things from it. I have not actually ever had a chance to play it, but, you know, that does not mean that I will not. Somewhat modern, then you decided they wanted to be more, somewhere between medieval technology or something a little bit more advanced. That makes sense. I kind of have the Jedoa a little bit, like, not quite medieval, but not quite modern either. Like, they're sort of in a it's a little bit diverged from, humans, I believe, also, like, real-life humans, in that I think I actually ended up making them very, like, it's gonna go in more like a Victorian steampunk kind of direction. Like, the humans have a really steampunk-themed society. Or, not, like, super... It's not, like, you know, cliche, I guess. But that's more of that sort of, like, steam, industrial kind of look. Pizzas. So my species are like right on the cusp of having like more modernized technology. They don't have a lot of it yet, but they're like super close to having it. They don't have like cars and shit yet, which is fine because I don't really want to figure out how cars work in this universe, so... I don't want to think about how Nodaru rides in a car. It is certainly an interesting thought to have for fantasy world building, though, is like, where does your society go as far as, like, technology goes? Because if you have all these different species that have all different, like, body types living on your planet, like, how do you go about doing, like, things like cars? Because humans are all basically the same shape. Like, we have slight differences based on, like, body type, but for the most part, humans are all fairly, you know, similar. And it's kind of an interesting thought, you know, like, even, like, if you took something like World of Warcraft, like, you know, you've got some races that are a lot bigger than others. Like, how do you make that work? I guess Guild Wars has more, like, airships and stuff, and they don't really have cars. So, maybe that's how you make it work? Also, that leg is messed up. I put it there. So, too long didn't read. That's why I don't have cars. Land speeders. There you go. And it's just like, how do they sit in things? Like, how do you make a centaur sit in a thing? How would centaurs sit in a car just in general? Like, if they were modern centaurs IRL, how do you sit a centaur inside of a car? Do they, like, have standing cars? I know I just put that line in on the back, but... Lots and lots of butt room. Yeah. That is true. Need lots of legs to put the butt. I guess that means they would drive with their front feet? Like their front bottom feet? I guess they don't have top feet. That'd be terrifying. That'd be like a centipede centaur. Don't ever create that, by the way. Just... please, spare me. Spare my life. And just don't ever create a centipede species. Mostly looking at you, SS Guy, if you're even in the chat. You and your bug friends. I dig them. They're cool. But just, like, please. Maybe no centipedes? That'd be great. Please. Thank you. Love me. I don't know if I want my mudskipper people to have no legs and perhaps have little fins that they sort of scoot them across the ground or just give them frog legs. Interesting. That's actually an interesting conundrum. I sort of did the same thing with my Veos a while ago. So for anybody who has not heard me ramble about my snake people's art evolution, they originally were like straight up Naga people. They had like human bodies on a snake tail, or human heads on a snake tail. You know, they were like straight up just a Naga. And over time, I was trying to make them more animal-like without sacrificing, trying to give them more of like a face like the lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man, the middle one, the one that didn't suck too bad. I think it was Andrew Garfield. More like the lizard from that. And, I just realized there's an art error on this. He's supposed to be wearing a bracelet, but I never colored the bracelet in. And so he just has a weird bulge for a wrist. Anyways, so I kept trying to get them, like, with these, like, weird animal, but not quite animal hybrid shapes to their face, and finally I was just like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna commit to something. So I committed to them being, like, lizard people, but they don't have legs, they have front arms, so they sort of walk on their hands. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to give them these big beefy hands that they use for digging into the dirt when they dig their tunnels. So, you know, it made sense that maybe they don't have legs and they're just always in a state of digging. Yeah, no, I don't think I'd go slithering like a Naga. I think that would be kind of... Are they primarily aquatic? Like, do they mostly, are they mostly, aquatic? Like, do they live underwater? Because if they live underwater, I think it would be really cool if they had little fins. I mean, that's kind of how mud skippers... Have you ever seen a mud skipper? I'm sure you have since you're basing a species off of them, but their little front fins just crack me up. Oh, hey, Woody. What's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the chaos that is my life. These little suckers are awesome. They just like... Loop, loop, loop. Like, that would be really funny if your guys kind of walked like that. They're funny little dudes, actually. I think you should do that. I think you should give them little stumpy fins in the front and just have them, like, flop along like that. I think that would be so cute. I would love that. Forgot I gave this guy glasses. You guys get to see me draw glasses on a bird for the first time. And you get to see the madness that was that creation. I'd give him more of a hooked beak, though. But they can go on land, maybe the little fins would work. That's true, yeah, they do have their locks that are right on, so... We're all gonna have a nice chill time drawing Jedoa on this stream, and then as soon as this character sheet's done, we're gonna move on to I'm gonna murder everything snake friends. And... that's going to be a very jarring difference, I just realized. Question mark? Oh! That's why! What up, Cass? What's going on? This little pop-up. Hi. This little pop-up came up on my chat. It was like, if a raid is, offensive, use the mod chat to block it. But I couldn't close the dialogue box. I was like, what's happening? Why is there a raid box up? But it's Cass. What up? What's going on? We're talking about world building and I'm drawing birds. Yeah, so it sounds like you're guys, do they have a name yet? Your mud skippers? Toddle by, jump on a Loxa. I think that'd be really cute. Cute as in I just think that would be adorable just in general, but also cute as in like a cool idea. Like I think that's a cool idea that they maybe because it wouldn't make any sense if they were like perfect on land, you know? Because they live in the water. They come from a place where they live in the water, so it would be weird if they just got out of the water and were like, "Oh, cool, look, I can walk. Check it out." Like it would be really unique and cool if they were sort of a little bit challenged out of the water without their axolotl friends. Names are hard. I don't actually... Fun fact, I have absolutely no idea where Jedoa came from. I like, legitimately cannot remember where I got this name from. I have no idea what it means. I think I made a language for them, and I called them the Tawea at first, and I also don't know why I gave them that name. I cannot remember, and then I actually gave them, like, a language, and that was fine, but now I can't remember, like, where Jedoa came from. I probably took the original version of their language, threw the word Tawea into it, and was like, yeah, Jedoa sounds cool. Like, honestly, that's probably 100% what happened, but... Oh, you joined the Discord! Hooray! Well then, welcome! Jar Jar is totally a Sith Lord, and you cannot change my mind on that. I will totally agree with you. 100%. Right, Primvera's, yeah, it's a good, It just occurred to me, actually, I have no idea where any of the names for any of my races came from, so, you know. Yay, creativity. What's going on, Cass? I tried to stick around for your stream longer, but my internet kept murdering itself, so I couldn't stay. But I saw your ocean piece. That came out awesome. It's super cool. I love it. I wish I was that person. I wish I was on a nice, warm, like in a nice tropical-looking area with a, you know, on a dock fishing in the sun instead of bundled up inside my house while it's 4 degrees outside. Oh, that's awesome, Woody. I got a Switch for Christmas, so, you know, whenever I feel like playing games again, I can, you know, we can do that, but you know, games. First, I gotta scratch this world-building itch, because you guys keep writing stuff in the Discord, and I'm like, I want to make a thing, and then I make a thing, and then I don't play video games. Which I guess in hindsight is probably a good thing. That I'm not wasting my time playing video games, and I'm instead doing creative things, but, you know. How long has it been since I made the first design sheet? That's an excellent question. We can ask the file, because I have absolutely no clue. Early version. This document was created February 2016, so it's actually been almost 2 years since I made this version. So probably a little longer. I think I've edited this since, so it's probably not going to show me... Oh, created. February. Last modified. Yeah, last modified. I modified that at the beginning of the... That's not accurate. This was the sheet with all the sketches in it. What I did was I sketched in everything I wanted, and then I pulled it into a different document. And, let's see. Created March 2016. Yeah, so... It's coming up on 2 years since I created this first sheet, and I got stuck. How did Slime Rancher go after I left? We finished Slime Rancher. I actually got all the achievements. My ranch looked awesome, and I was really excited about it, and I'm sad that there's no more to do. But, yeah, we finished that. I also got all the 5-day rush achievements, so that was cool. That was a fun experience. But I started to get, I started to go for, achievements in Eldritch, because I really wanted to play that again, but I also never finished that, so. Yeah, so I made these guys almost 2 years ago. I like the name Loxa. I think that's super. I think that's a cute name for it. Just did a late night game stream. I would love to be on a beach eating seafood. Absolutely. Yes. Wonderful. Alrighty, Cass. Have fun lurking. Alright, so I know they don't really have bits to show, but I just... if I have this cover. Like, it really would just be a little tuft, but... so that it's easier. Oh my god, Witty. I do not envy you. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, minus 20? Can't. That sounds awful. I did find all the pods, I think. Actually, did we do that? We had to have. Yes, we did, because I was not going to let it go until we found all the pods. Because that's the kind of person I am. Yep, we found all the pods. I had a pretty good amount of gold. I didn't finish, like, building everything up. I didn't finish the 7-zip, or the 7Z stuff. So I didn't upgrade my ranch as far as it would go, but it kind of turned into one of those things where I would just spend a lot of time running back and forth farming things, and I just didn't know how exciting that would be, so we kind of did the 7-day rush thing, and or 5-day rush, and we just kind of moved on. There were other fun games to play. Everybody had good suggestions, so we just moved on to something else. But we did get all the treasure pods. I'm pretty sure we did. I'll probably go back and play it again if they release more content, but we did all the stuff with the saber-tooth ones, and then I was kind of like, well, okay. I think I've now done everything. I love that game, though. That game was awesome. That game has influenced a lot of things I make it work, too. Like, a lot of my designs are very simple and kind of based off of that aesthetic. Mostly because I need to have things done and ready in, like, 6 seconds, so, you know, the faster I can draw, the better. Guys, like, I think his feet aren't big enough. Grab, let me grab page 1 real quick. Oh, was there Slime Rancher ornaments? That sounds great. Guidelines are your friend. A little bit bigger. Smidgen. Not much, just a teeny little bit. Where are you going? Don't navlock, stop that. I don't even know why this keyboard has that as an option. This keyboard has something called navlock on it, and I don't know why. That dude actually has pretty much the same shoes she does. A lot of this I do use a lot. I use a lot of guides when I'm working on like sheet type stuff. Guides are your friend. Because they're like rulers, only better. They had rare ones with the tar gold and lucky slime. They were cute. Oh, that sounds awesome. Man, missed it. Out of the 6 of us in the call center, 4 decided they did not, in fact, want to show up for their shifts. That's fun. Look, it was really slow, so I played Pocket Camp for most of the day. Hey, you know, Pocket Camp. Always Pocket Camp. I'm so addicted to that game. It's unreal. I'm trying to figure out how to sustain enough flowers though, because anytime I want to cross-pollinate to get seeds, I just run out of seeds. Oh, it's 10:12, I just realized. I went a little over. I'm gonna finish this guy's hand and then I have to go to bed. Sadfrog.jpg. I can't express to you how much I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Mostly the whole getting up at 7 a.m., the having to worry about what I'm gonna eat. So exhausted. I've just enjoyed having these past couple days to just hang out with you guys on Discord and whatever and not have to worry about work. Like when I go through with line art, I'm gonna thin these hands up a little bit, but they're fine for now. Yeah, I never have enough of the crafting supplies and it's driving me absolutely insane. I started I also have trouble with the incense. I never have enough incense. So what I started doing was I started to keep animals in my village that have the incense I want, because I find the ones that come to your camp that are in your camp give you incense more often than the wild ones do. The ones that are not in your camp, I don't know. Oh, that's fun. Hey, Rise, what's going on? Happy New Year. Welcome. I was drawing birds, but now it's 10:15 and I actually have to go to bed because work is a thing. Here, I'll show off real quick since we're closing down for the night. I'll show off what we made today. 80% of this stream was making this. I redesigned the Jedoa's alphabet to include phonetics. So, on the one hand, that's fun, but on the other hand, anytime I want to write in their language, I have to figure out what the letters, I have to figure out how you pronounce the word and like keep that in mind while I'm typing it. But I made a font, so they have separate letters now for a long A and a short A, a long E and a short E, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's fun. It's Vulpine! Oh man, you guys are all, aww. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna stay up for another 15 minutes. I'm gonna regret that decision tomorrow, but stay up. We have friends. There are more friends. I want to hang out and talk with you guys, because there's reasons. What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling good, Vulpine. Vulpine, you got beat out as the top cheerer. You are no longer the cheerleader. I'm sorry. You were voted off the island. Let's do one more bird. Let's do Chub Bird. We'll do Chubby Bird, and then that's it, and then I'm going to bed. Hey! Rise has joined the Axie stack. Thank you. Welcome. Homemade ciphers, yeah. Oh, it's so elaborate now. Everything's elaborate. God, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. So, yeah. How was everybody's New Year's, by the way? Did anybody do anything fun for New Year's? I never really asked that at the beginning of the stream, did I? I just launched right into what I wanted to do today. I also never figured out this bird's clothes, so let's bring her up on the screen. Okay, got a big collar. You do need to get more bits. That way you can go back to being the cheerleader. Crusher's the cheerleader right now. Altair became the Bit King. Yes. Definitely the Bit King. Ooh, a masquerade sounds fun. Wore a pretty costume and stood in the corner for a couple hours. Hey, you know what? That's a good way. It's a good way to do it. That's also how I usually operate until I get some alcohol in my system. And then I just get warm, and then people want to talk to me for some reason. I had a, we went to, last night we went to one of those escape the room things. One of my coworkers invited me to go with her and her friends, and so we all went and did that, and that was pretty cool. Some of the puzzles were bullshit, but, you know, can't win them all, I guess. It was pretty fun, all things considered. It's funny, people always talk about how, like, having alcohol makes them, like, more sociable, and I think it makes me a little bit noisier. Like, I think I talk louder when I don't even really get drunk. I don't even really drink anything that would constitute me getting drunk. But, like, whenever I have a drink, I just get warm. Like, my face just gets warm, and that's it. I don't feel it different, but I don't know. Oh, your dog. My dogs hate, like, poppers and like, fireworks and stuff. Oh, man. There was one year at, it was a 4th of July, and our neighbors, our next door neighbors, were out in the driveway just firing off fireworks, and the dogs spent the whole night sitting in my room under the bed, because they just didn't want to do anything. They were just like, nope. Like, we couldn't even get them to go out to go potty at the end of the night. They just would not. They were not having any of it. They just stayed with me all night. Like, at one point, my dad had to actually pick my dogs up and throw them out the back door to make them go to the bathroom because they just would not go outside. Like, they just didn't believe that they were safe, and so we actually had to physically remove them from the house. Because we wouldn't normally do that. Like, I wouldn't normally force them to do something they're not comfortable doing, but my Cocker Spaniel's the kind of dog that will pee herself in the middle of the night if you don't take her out before bed. So, you have to take them out. It is not an option. They have to go potty before bedtime. So they just do not like party poppers and fireworks and all that stuff. We have a world map? I have a world map. I don't know about you guys. That's a job-related folder. That's not the folder I want to go in. This folder. I have, like, part of a map. Part of a map. I labeled some things. I designed some things. I didn't label anything. I didn't have any, I have all the cities for the Jedoa down here, so I filled all those in, but I don't have any names for any cities or major cities or anything for any of the other races. The only thing about this map that I'm not sure about, so these islands are where the Essenians live, and it used to be a peninsula, but after this Blood Wastes came in here, it kind of, like, exploded. And they sort of drifted out into the ocean a little bit. So they just live out here. And I don't know what to do with the above ground area here, because this is sort of Veos territory, but I never considered the fact that they live underground. So when I marked off this whole half of this whole third of the continent to the Veos, I never considered who lives above the Veos. You know? Like, who lives on top of them? Because they don't need the above ground. They live underground. So, who lives there? I never, like, figured it out. So I don't know if I should maybe shrink this area down a little bit, or... I mean, I guess, like, this end, like, of the continent here, it doesn't matter who lives here now because it's all wasteland anyway. You can't inhabit this area. But, like, the good area, I don't know who lives there. Maybe I could just bring the humans up a little bit. Like, the humans just expanded up the coast, you know? I should put this in the Discord. I actually might do that after the stream's over. I'll pop it in there. But, yeah, that's my world map for now. Things that eat snakes live up there. There you go. Because I imagine it's just, like, a lot of the same kind of stuff that's down here, like grasslands and forests and stuff, so... Maybe... That would kind of ruin. Maybe it wouldn't. A thought I had was to put, like, a big steep mountain range through here, and so maybe nobody lives there because it's just all mountains, but that kind of ruins the threat of the blood wastes creeping this way, because the blood wastes are just, like, a disease on the land that's spreading, and so it's kind of like a constant, like, natural threat to Lorhandel, but putting a big mountain there kind of blocks it off and doesn't feel quite so threatening then. I would throw the Calyx straight in the center of the 3 territory lines in the northwest post-unification. Yeah, just like right on that little block there where they all meet up. Maybe nothing except for the really hardy occasional beast. Yeah, maybe it's beasts. Maybe there's nothing there. I sort of had pictured that the Essenians lived above them and then they now don't live above them, but... Actually, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's nothing but animals up here because all the Essenians went out onto the island after their islands exploded. Maybe that's what it is. It just nobody lives there now because everybody knows that the blood wastes are coming for them, so they just don't want to settle. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I suddenly, the other day it occurred to me that I never actually did that. I never figured that out. Lots of plateaus and weird landmasses that make it hard to live there. Oh, actually, that's a good idea, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just like a weird area like that. I could do it. Yeah, so I'll pop that in the Discord later. It's not done. It's still a work in progress. I was actually gonna post, I'm gonna do it tomorrow during my lunch break, probably. I have some other stuff to work on during lunch. I might not get to it, but, one of these sheets, this one. So this sheet's giving me a little bit of trouble. I managed to fill in this space, so this box looks really good, and this box looks really good. I don't know what to put in this box, and I'm really struggling with this one, because even if I made this picture big enough to take up, like, half the box, this still doesn't fill up half a box. And I don't know what to put down there. And I'm probably going to have to come up with some new information, because I don't think I have anything else to put in there that's relevant to religion and traditions. Like, a lot of the stuff I have left is science and technology, and that kind of almost needs its own sheet at this point. And language and numbers are going to get their own sheet. They won't fit. So, I need something smaller. Maybe I just need to expand that section. But what I was going to do is I was going to get, like, rough outlines for the other sheets. And so I'd get all 8 sheets and just throw them onto the Discord and be like, hey, what do you guys think I should put there? Like, do you see any information that I'm missing that might be relevant? Because I have no idea what to put there. Just, ugh. This sheet's, revising the sheet has been a little bit of a struggle because I either have too much information or I don't have enough information. And so I keep having to expand or condense certain sections because it's hard to, like, stick them in with other things. The information fits differently on the narrow sheet. See you later, Apple. Peace out. Ooh, a creation myth. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, because I never really thought about that for them. like where they think they came from. The thing is I never really thought about where anything in Lore Handle comes from. I really didn't want to commit to any gods being real. So as far as like what's a canon creation myth, there isn't really one because I don't really care. Like, I can't explain gods in real life, so I don't want to do it in a video game either, or in, not a video game, story building thing either. Like, I don't feel the need to do that. But I never really considered where they think they come from, which is pretty important, I think. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's what they'll end up getting. That would fit the box. Of course, that's like a fuck ton more writing, but that's fine. That won't take me that long, probably. Maybe. Story about one Jedoa pulling the biggest, juiciest 12-foot worm from the ground. Yes. I don't think the Mudskipper people will wear clothes even as self-expression. I feel like instead they'd have a sort of waterproof dye that they color themselves with for self-expression. That'd be cool. Yeah. Planning to write a story about two gods of my world. They were the same gods for each species, but portrayed differently and revered differently depending on what is important to that race. That's a really good idea, and I think Lore Handel's gonna be a little bit like that, like, there might be just one god that is different to each. Because I like that concept for gods in general. Just even in real life, I really like that interpretation, because a lot of historical evidence for old gods and old religions, they were all created, or not, maybe not even created, because I can't prove a god's real or not real, but the reason religions took a certain footing was because they meant something to the people who liked that religion and worshipped that god or gods. And so I really like the interpretation that all the gods are the same. It's just that you call them by different names. I don't know that that's necessarily what I believe, but like personally, but I like the idea behind that. I'm one of those people who, like, I can't prove a god is real or not real, and somebody can't prove to me that their god is real or not real, so I just don't care that much. Like, whatever makes you happy as long as you're not hurting people. So I find religion really interesting, is the point of that conversation. I think everybody has these really interesting viewpoints, and they're just they're cool. I think it's cool to learn about that stuff. See, now, Volpine, I have a story like that for the Veos. The Veos, I want to have, like, I mean, it wouldn't be a creation myth, but, like, a funny little anecdote. I have an anecdote for the aging section and talking about the oldest Veos ever recorded was, like almost 300 years old. And she never lost any battles. She just won all the time. And somebody finally took her